Hello everyone, it's Rachel. Welcome to my channel and to today's video, which is going to be Tobias's 4-month update. He's getting so big so fast, I can hardly believe it. He turned 4 months on December 31st. This video is a little bit late. He's almost 4.5 already, but it just didn't work out with other videos. I had planned to do it earlier. So here we are, we're sitting down to do it today. He's getting a little sleepy, so I don't know if it will last through the whole video. And since we have a bit we have to cover, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm gonna start off with talking about sleeping. He is doing really well with sleeping at night. He can go between 6 and 7 hours between feeds now at night. Usually I do give him a little bit extra before going to bed, and I give him extra feedings when he wakes up. So it kind of makes up for the meals he didn't get between the night, kind of. And he seems to be doing well with that. I think it's still gonna be a little while before he solidly sleeps through the night, because usually I wake up around anywhere between 3 and 5 is when I wake up and feed him. So it'll probably be a little while before I'm waking up later than that. But since I want to be getting up early, it really doesn't matter that much to me. Though I have been sleeping in lately, going back to bed after feeding him instead of getting up. But I mean, at 4, I'd go back to bed anyway. So he is sleeping really well. His naps are also a lot more consistent now. Usually he goes down at around 10 in the morning, anywhere between 9:30 and 10. Then in the afternoon, that could go anywhere between 1 and 2. And then again in the evening around 4:35-ish is when he goes down again. And then he usually goes to bed around 7 or 8, depending on that last evening nap. He might go down a bit later if he's just not tired enough. He has been sleeping in the weirdest positions though lately. Like, he likes to sleep with his neck cranked way back and just, I don't know, it's a really weird, really stretched out position that does not look very comfortable in my opinion. I have tried moving his head in his sleep to kind of I don't know, keep it from being so cranked back. It just looks so bad for his neck. But he kind of wakes up a little bit, and as soon as I have his head in a better position, he'll just put it right back again. I don't know what it is about that position, but he just seems to love it so much, and I don't understand why, right? He is almost rolling over. He can roll over. He's done it a couple times. It just seems like he can't seem to remember how he did it, and so when he tries to do it again, oh, excuse you, he kind of just squirms around, and he doesn't really know exactly how to get himself to flip over, but he can do it. He's definitely getting a lot stronger. He can push up off his chest quite a bit, or lift up his chest quite a bit, and he can get onto his side pretty easily. He's kind of figured out that if he grabs onto his feet and kind of turns, he'll end up going over. Yeah, he can turn over pretty easily onto his side. He hasn't quite fully gotten the hang of getting from his stomach onto his back. When he's on his back, he can almost roll over. He'll kind of stretch himself out like he's reaching for something and almost get onto his side and roll over, but he usually ends up going back to his back before he gets a chance to really get there. Usually what I try to do when playing with him is to put a toy just out of reach, so that he will try to go for it and reach for it and end up rolling over. Sometimes it works, usually it doesn't. He kind of gives up before we get far enough, but I'm sure in the next coming weeks, the next month or so, I'm sure he'll get the hang of it and probably be rolling all over the place. As for his size and everything, we had a doctor's appointment about a month ago. The doctor said he is in the average, so the 50 percentile for everything. So there's no concerns. He said he's very alert. He can hold his head up on his own now. It's not flopping around all over the place. And he is pretty sturdy overall. He's lost a lot of the floppiness he had as a baby. He's still not sitting up on his own yet, of course. He's definitely a lot more independent than he was even a month or 2 ago. I'm not really sure exactly about his weight. I'm assuming it's in the 12-pound mark, but probably closer to 13 pounds. But with our scale, it's really hard to get an accurate guess on what it is, because I know for the last update I said I thought he was about 12 pounds. He's actually 11 pounds 7 ounces. I'm guessing now he's probably in the 12-pound mark, but I'm really not sure exactly where. He loves grabbing at things. As you can see, he can get a hold of things pretty good, which is nice since he is also teething a bit, so he can grab at his toys and get them into his mouth. Sometimes he struggles a little bit with getting them in how he wants them to be to really soothe his gums, so sometimes I have to help him out a little bit, but usually he does a pretty good job. He has found out he can pull his soother out on his own, but he's not quite gotten the hang of getting it back in yet. So usually he'll end up trying to get it back in and just get the wrong part of it in and end up dropping it, and we have to give it back to him. Sometimes he has gotten it in, but that is a rare occasion. Maybe in the next month or so, I'm sure he'll learn, which will be nice for me, because if he can learn to get a soother in his mouth on his own, then I don't have to worry about always coming and putting it in for him. He definitely loves being with people. He is a people person. He can play on his own and be happy for the most part, but he does prefer if you're sitting there with him, kind of playing with him, or even just being there. Oh, you want that back? There you go. He does prefer if you're there with him, especially since he's teething a little bit. Usually his comfort is mainly found in just being held and soothed. So we'll see maybe if that's just a thing as a baby, or we might have a very social butterfly on our hands later. We'll have to wait and see, but I definitely enjoy it. I enjoy being with him, spending time with him, and I don't really mind it, especially since right now he's my only one, so it's really not that hard to spend extra time with him if he needs it. So I called my doctor a couple days ago and I asked him about giving Tobias solids because he seemed like he was a bit interested, and I did try giving him some. I don't think he's ready quite yet. I feel like I misinterpreted his interest. He's interested in almost everything right now, so I thought like, oh, because he's really intently watching me eating and trying to grab at my fork and stuff, that he was interested in the food, but I think it's just he's just interested in everything, so I misinterpreted it. So we're gonna wait a little bit longer before actually starting him on solid foods, probably until he's closer to 5.5, 6 months. I think he'll be more ready then. Plus, since he doesn't really need it right now, he's getting all the nutrients he needs from the breast milk. It's not really necessary, and if he's, you know, not super interested in it and he doesn't really need it, then I think for us it's best if we just wait a little bit longer till he's more ready. I don't know if you can see here, but his head is still a little bit flat. I'm not super worried about it. I know once he starts like sitting up more, and I've been trying to give him lots of tummy time, I know that'll probably help. It'll eventually get better, and I mean, once his hair comes in, you're not really gonna notice anyway. So it's not really a huge concern. If he grows out of it, that would be nice, but I'm not stressing about it. Though we do try to keep him off the flat side of his head, like turn his head the other way when we can, just to hopefully try to round it out a little bit. I think the side has rounded out a little bit because it used to be a lot more flat on the side. It still is a little bit, but now it's mostly the back. So it is getting a little bit better, and we'll keep working on it, but I'm not going to stress too much over it. Oh, you're so stupid. Do you want to lie down again? So I think that is it for everything for this month. He's definitely growing a lot, becoming more independent, and it's getting really fun. I mean, I enjoyed the newborn stage a lot as well, but it's definitely fun now seeing him start to get a little bit more independent, start moving around a little bit. Sometimes if he's on his stomach, he'll kind of try to like pull himself forward a little bit, almost like army crawling. So maybe he'll start that in a little while, because well, seems to be trying to go for that already. He can't quite get anywhere, and usually he just ends up pulling the blanket all towards him. So I'm excited to see him start to get even more independent and moving around more, and eventually starting on solids. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll link his previous updates down below if you guys wanted to see those. If you have not already, I'd love it if you guys would subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss my videos when they come out, and we will see you guys next time. Bye! want your taco? Is it yummy? Is it yummy? Here you go. Boo! 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 Are you gonna roll over? No? Hi. Hi. Don't eat your hand. Don't eat your hand. You're crazy. You're crazy. Don't eat your hand. What are you so excited about? You want to tell me? No? Is this a secret? Uh-huh. Okay. Got this?